Hey guys, it's me, Chandler. Welcome back to another video on the channel. If you are new here, so glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I became a morning person and how you can too. If you told me even 3 months ago that I would be waking up at 7 a.m. every day consistently and willingly, I would have told you you were insane. But with these tips I'm sharing with you today, I was able to start waking up at 7 a.m. every day instead of waking up at noon every day. It took me a while for me to adopt this routine because there were tons of mistakes I made along the way, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys how not to make those mistakes and how if you use these tips, you will be able to wake up early. I'm almost guarantee you. Make sure to stay until the end of this video to hear the thing that motivates me to wake up early. I would just like to preface with that I am by no means perfect about waking up on time. I lots of times will wake up like an hour late, but overall I would say I wake up on time. But definitely it's harder in the beginning and you will eventually get better at it, and I'm by no means perfect at this, but I'm trying my hardest. The first mistake I made when I started is when I woke up, my windows were closed. This way when I woke up it was completely dark and it wasn't motivating to get out of bed. But once I started opening my windows, even like halfway, just like opening the blinds, letting some light come in, the natural light woke me up and I found it so much easier to get out of bed because the light would slowly wake me up, and then by the time my alarm went off, I would not be in a super deep sleep. Whereas if your blinds are closed and your alarm goes off, you may be in a super deep sleep and that's not going to motivate you to get out of bed. We want to make this habit as easy to do. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear talks about how to form a good habit, and one thing that he says is to make it easy. We want to make this habit as easy as possible. He also says to make it attractive. So in the second part of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the benefits of waking up early. But definitely recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear if you guys have not read it already. Super good book. With your windows open, it'll make it so much easier to get out of bed in the mornings. The second tip is a no-brainer, but it's one that a lot of people don't follow at first, and I'm not sure why. I didn't follow it at first. If you're wanting to wake up earlier, you have to go to bed earlier too. So for an example, let's say you normally go to bed at 2 a.m. and you wake up at 12 and you feel well rested. So that basically means you probably need about 10 hours of sleep. So when you're picking your new wake up time, know that you probably should go to sleep about 10 hours before that. I used to wake up at noon and I would still feel tired because oversleeping can make you guys tired too. But if you find the right amount of sleep that works for you, you should not be tired unless you had like a really hard day before. For me, I find that I need about 9 hours of sleep, which is quite a bit, but that's really just what my body needs. So I wake up at 7 a.m. and I aim to go to sleep by about 10 p.m. So basically what I'm trying to say is go to sleep early. This next tip is one that I learned from an Instagram account that is run by one of my friends. It's called Level Up with Yang. Definitely recommend it. But she talks about the 5-second rule. She didn't create this rule, but I heard it first from her, so just wanted to give her credit for that. The 5-second rule basically states that if you don't feel like doing something, count down from 5 and then do it. It might seem kind of stupid to be honest, but once you try it, it literally works so well. Let's say you're not motivated to get out of bed in the morning. That's a scenario that all of us have been in and probably are in every day. Instead of just giving up and rolling back over and going to sleep, count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then get out of bed. And if you want to even add more to it, try to get out before 1. I don't know what it is about this rule, but I find that it really just works and motivates me to like get out of bed. I don't even know why, but you guys should definitely try it out. The next tip is to put your phone across the room, because a mistake that I made when I started is I would set my alarm for 7 a.m. and then I would end up waking at 9 a.m. and I would be like, what? My alarm didn't go off. It literally did. It was just because my phone was by my bed that I was half asleep and turned it off. And you don't want yourself while you're half asleep to turn off your alarm. So definitely recommend putting your phone across the room so then you can't just lean over and turn it off. You now have to actually get out of bed consciously to turn off your alarm. And I find that this also helps you to kind of just wake up more, because then by the time you are out of bed, you already have like moved a little bit and it helps you to feel more awake. The next tip is to make your bed. And you might be like, how is this gonna help me become a morning person? Well, basically what happened to me when I was first trying to wake up early is once I learned about the rule where my phone should be across the room, I would get out of bed and I would walk over to it and turn it off, and then I would just jump back in bed into my covers. The key is get up, turn off your alarm, and then make your bed right away, so then you're not tempted to get back into your cozy bed. I'm gonna be a lot less tempted to crawl back into my bed if it's all made versus if the big cozy sheets are open for me just to hop back into. The next tip is to find an accountability partner. It's proven that it's harder to keep the promises we make to ourselves than the promises we make to others. So tell someone else about your goal of waking up early. Have them keep you accountable. Have them ask you every day, hey, do you wake up at this time? If you really want to go hard, you can pay them if you don't wake up on time. One of my friends, Annie, she does this. She has a call in the mornings with a friend and they do deep work together. And if one of them doesn't make it to the call, they have to pay the other person $50. And that definitely is going to want to get you out of bed and getting your butt up. I don't go that extreme, but what I do is I have a friend who I basically just tell if I woke up on time or if I didn't, and she does the same to me, and we keep each other accountable for our goals. And also, my dad loves to say,
I thought you were trying to wake up at 7 a.m. today. Why are you up here at 8?
He definitely keeps me accountable too. Another tip that I have for you guys is to give up the old identity statements. What I mean by this is my old identity statement was I am not capable of waking up early. If that identity statement isn't serving me, it would be much better to adopt an identity statement like I currently do not wake up early, but I am capable of implementing this. That's a much better identity statement than I'm not capable of it, because that is just gonna really get in your way if you subconsciously think that you can't do it, which I definitely did, because my whole life I have slept in so late and I had that identity statement, but once I started to give it up, it made it so much easier to get up early. I'm just going to say one more little bonus tip here, and that is to have a reward for yourself if you do wake up early. So for me, if I don't wake up on my first alarm, I don't get my coffee, and I need my coffee. I love coffee. As you can see today, I woke up on time. It basically motivates you. If there's something that you're really wanting and you don't get it unless you get up on your first alarm, it's gonna motivate you to get up. So, now some benefits of waking up early. You have uninterrupted work time. It's likely that when you're wanting to wake up, your whole household isn't up, and even if they are, they likely aren't going to be loud in the mornings. So if you have something you want to do, like editing for instance, or filming, I am filming right now during my deep work time, so that is from 8 until 9, and I find that my filming is interrupted much less when I do it in the mornings or when I'd like to edit, which is also in the mornings. Definitely recommend doing deep work, and I also recommend just waking up early so then you can have time to do stuff you need to do. Another benefit is your days feel so much longer, and I think it's because you have more hours of light. Even though you always have the same hours in the day, and if you're still getting the same amount of sleep as you used to, your days are going to be just as long, but they feel so much longer because your mornings are longer and your nights are just a bit shorter. But I find myself being much more tired at nighttime, which helps me to also go to bed earlier. Another thing is when you wake up early, you feel more productive. If you wake up at 7 a.m. and you make your bed first thing, and then you do your little deep work, you're gonna feel so much more productive than if you woke up at noon and slugged out of bed. My last tip for you guys, and this is my favorite thing that I like to say, is if you do it once, you can do it again. If you just wake up on time once, you've already done it. You've already completed your goal. You've woken up at that time. Literally, just do the exact same thing you've already done, because you already know how to do it. You already did it. And that's what really motivates me, because I do it. Like, after the first time, I had done it before, and it's like, hey, I've already basically done it. I just need to do the same thing I've already done. And I don't know why, but this really motivates me personally to keep going, because it makes me doubt myself less. Those are my tips for you guys about waking up early, some benefits. If you guys are interested in my morning routine, I do have a bunch of morning routine videos, but my latest one I will link in the iCard. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment down below what time you guys currently wake up and what time you would like to wake up. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!